Not yet.
Oh,
Now we are.
dude, man. Hey, I'm glad to be back, buddy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Big hugs sent over to you, and we'll see you this Thursday, man. I'm excited.
It's come up real quick.
That is exactly right. We've gone from November to the end of March in what feels like about a 3 week span.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, welcome to Drag Drive Repeat News presented by Summit Racing for March 29th, 2025. Crazy show today. We have 5 days until the circuit. We're going to go over a bunch of that stuff. Registration for Sick at the Green is open now. Central Victorian Drag and Drive that's happening right now, updates. And Josh Reich is building a fox body in a week. They're literally working on it right now, and he's going to come in at the end of the show and give us an update. They've been on it for about hour and a half, 2 hours now already. So we're going to get a live update where the car is right now. And then I'm just going to tell you guys, I'm so anxious. The circuit event, I'm literally about to throw up. So, Mr. Eric White, will you hit the intro video and let's do this thing, man?
All right, let's get going.
All right, dude. I'm excited to be back, man. I'll tell you that much. We've been away a little bit. There's been some family stuff going on. We'll talk about that later at a different time whenever we feel like getting into all of that stuff. But guys, if you don't know, my name's Mike Narks. I'm the host of this Drag Drive Repeat News and the Drag Drive Repeat Show, which happens on Wednesday nights. And my right hand man here, my Mr. Eric White, is with us this morning. Please, sir, introduce yourself. Tell them what all you got going on, dude.
I am Eric White, the co-host of both the news and the show. Right-hand man, which means a lot of the circuit artwork that you've seen. I had worked on
Yeah.
the intro for Drag Drive Repeat, that kind of stuff. But also run my own channels, 815 LSX Swaps and Motorsports Paparazzi, which I was just telling Mike before the show. I got something that I think might be kind of cool and kind of fun to do with that.
Mhm.
So if you're not following, stay tuned for that. I think I got some cool stuff, or at least ideas coming for that as well.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pumped about seeing where Motorsports Paparazzi goes, because what folks don't know is like drag drive repeat. Literally, that's all we do is drag and drive, right? Well, with Motorsports Paparazzi, Eric is able to, kind of expand and cover all the other stuff that we're also into. Like he's into a lot more than just this. So I don't watch any NASCAR, but Eric does a little bit of that stuff. And there's some drag racing that goes on across the world. And we don't talk about any of that. All we talk about is drag and drive here. And so Motorsports Paparazzi is going to give him an opportunity to kind of expand and talk about a little more stuff that he's into. And, man, there's the car community is growing,
Oh
and
yeah.
cars are cool again. Like I said in an episode a couple weeks ago, man, like everybody's digging cars. People are building cars, stuff everywhere. Well, guys, here's the deal. When we talk about growth like that, it comes from like our race car friends.
Oh yeah.
Right? We can't do any of this without all of you. So go over, support Motorsports Paparazzi. Go follow it right now on all the channels. Eric is social media committed, man. He's everywhere. Anytime he comes up with an idea, it goes across everything, which is the way it should be, right? You got to keep everybody updated. So our race car friends make this possible. I'm telling you guys, I was literally working on stuff last night for the Tulsa Speedway and kept getting dings on my phone from drag driver Pete comments. And so of course, I had to flip over there and do a little bit of that for a minute and see all the stuff going on. So thank you so much for that. And guys, hit the share button as we're going into this. And we can't do it without our sponsors, man. They really make the trips, the equipment, all the stuff possible. Like Eric's, like, just as an example, Eric is driving down from Illinois to Thursday for the circuit, and we got to rent a car to do that. You know what I mean? So like sponsors help pay for rental cars and all that kind of stuff. So Summit Racing, of course, our biggest sponsor with the news, the show, and the circuit, man. And they just They're awesome. Big shout out to them. They provided a ton of banners, which is really cool for the circuit that we're going to use as display and then raffle off at the end of the event. I'm excited. Deech Works, Molly Motorsports, who's coming to the event. They're going to set up a vendor booth there. Adam's coming back. It's going to be super cool. Driven Racing Oil, love those guys over there. Howard's Cams, J-Wire Solutions, who's racing it this year, two-time defending champions of the street race power rider class. Waff Racing, who's also racing here with us. Performer Built Transmissions, Car Change 3D, Power Tube TV, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk Classifieds. Y'all, if you're spending money, please go spend it with them over there, and we would appreciate that a whole lot. And Summit being such a big brand, but also being big partners of ours. I mean, it's not just a sponsor. They don't just write us a check. They help us grow it, man. It's really probably the best way to say it. So big shout out to Tommy and them. Summit Racing Speed Legacy began in 1968 as a one-man startup and is now the world's speed shop with 4 facilities and 200 plus catalog editions. They feel your passion, they save you money, they deliver fast, and offer top-notch customer service for more than 1,500 brands. Make sure to download the Summit Racing mobile app, especially if you're coming to the circuit. For easy access to speed parts, find them on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Also, you can tune into the On All Cylinders podcast for more automotive discussions like this one. From humble origins to the social media lane, Summit Racing stands by your need for speed. You can find everything at the app or on summitracing.com. Big shout out again to Tommy and the team over there. Oh, dang it, dude. I didn't put the welding table in here, man. This is something I'm going to buy after the circuit because I need to do some fabrication here in the shop. But if you want to read about this new heavy duty welding table they have like a whole line of fabrications of plasma cutters and welders and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So this new Summit Racing heavy duty welding table has 3/16-inch thick steel tabletop with less than 532-inch flatness variation, which obviously is very good. That means you can weld with more precision. The table has an industry standard 5/8-inch diameter fixture holes spaced 2 inches apart, providing exceptional flexibility for fixture setup. It has sturdy steel frame with 3-inch diameter locking swivel casters for standalone use, or you can detach the tabletop and use it on a workbench. So other features include a tabletop size of 36.2 inches wide by 24.4 inches deep, dual measurement scales for easy positioning, leveling feet for secure placement of the table on a workbench, and built-in hooks to organize tools and fixtures. So pretty awesome.
Yeah, that deal is super nice. I'm sad I didn't put it in the pictures here because, dude, it's awesome. They've got that. They've got and in that same email I got was a plasma cutting table, which I'm sure I need for some reason. I don't know. Steven definitely does. I think he's made one, but buying one's obviously quicker and easier. That's the way. That's the way to go sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's really cool that Summit is, again, not just offering parts; they're offering these bits and pieces to help you build that whole car. And again, big shout out to them. I think they sent 6 banners for us to raffle off, which is great because obviously raising money for the youth services of Tulsa, that helps. People are buying raffle tickets to then be in that drawing and win those things. But then also, things people don't think about are wristbands. They sent wristbands in different colors, which is a huge win because then we can take those and that's what people will wear all weekend. And then lastly, discount coupons, man. Each one of those is going to be in each one of the cars in the packet, the driver packet. And he's getting the phone number set up now and the team gathered for when we need folks, for the parts and things like that. Like they do at all the big events, they're doing that for us at the circuit as well. So big shout out to them. I want to say thanks to Summit and all the help they give us.
Yeah. And stay tuned because I've got something really cool that I wish I could share today, but I can't share it yet. But there is something super cool that involves us here in Summit. So as soon as I'm able to share that, trust me, you guys will be the first to hear about it. I'm so excited for this one.
Yeah, and it's got to be it's got to be able to, it's got to happen very, very soon. Like maybe we'll have that by early next week is what I'm thinking. We can do this show on Wednesday night and then we can maybe release it then if we haven't already released it and gone live when it comes out. Hey guys,
Right.
while you're on summitracing.com, just throw in the Drag Drive Repeat shirt, hoodie, or the big brim hat if you're coming down to the circuit. Make sure you get the big brim hat because it looks like it's going to be sunny. The weather keeps changing on me, but it looks like it's going to be sunny today. Tomorrow, maybe cloudy. Then it's going to be sunny. Drag Drive Repeat updates. Man, it's crazy the growth we're seeing over there. We're almost like, again, dude, we've been this close to 100,000 followers for, I feel like, weeks. Like it's like this constant churn over there, right? Well, we've got sorry, I'm packing totes for the circuit. We've got last minute artwork that I was doing yesterday and printing up. And then I want to give a shout out to my daughter. She worked for 5 hours yesterday, day before yesterday, to paper clip these driver folders, right? The all the things that these drivers are going to need. She's paper clipping like the punch card, the wristbands, the what'll be, the coupon code from Summit, the liability waiver, all that kind of stuff, and the decal pack is all going into one. Well, you don't think, man, that stuff's just happens, right? Nope. There's some 15-year-old kid at home that's doing that for 5 or 6 or 8 hours. So we'll have the decal sheet in, I think, on Tuesday, and she'll go back through all those 250 that she's doing and put all those decal packs back in there. So it's man, it's crazy the amount of small stuff that you don't think about when you're coming into an event like this.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Driven Racing Oil update, sir.
All right. Driven Racing Oil is the performance engine oil that can do it all. GP1 is the ultimate oil for any race or performance application, whether launching hard at the drag strip, enduring extreme heat of off-road and circle track, or pushing limits in top field drag boats and demo derbies. Winning racers choose GP1. Compatible with engines from classic hot rods to cutting-edge race machines, GP1's unique surface cling and high zinc formulation ensures superior wear protection, particularly for flat tappet camshafts, while solving issues like cylinder washout with methanol and ethanol fuels. Crafted from the legendary Bradford, Pennsylvania base oil, then enhanced with state-of-the-art additive packages, GP1 offers the best in protection and performance. And you guys know that you can find Driven Racing Oil products directly on their website at Driven Racing Oil, or you can follow them on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Driven Racing Oil. And we also want to give a big shout out to Driven as well, because they are also providing banners to raffle off at the circuit this year. So that's going to be awesome. If you guys are like me and love garage banners, who doesn't? You want to fill up your shop with all kinds of cool garage banners, you're going to have opportunities to get into raffles for those at the circuit.
Yeah, I'm pumped and want to say thanks to them too, man. It's going to be so cool. Like I think they sent over 4 banners, which you start thinking like, dude, we could decorate someone's entire garage with the amount of banners that we're going to have. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
for sure.
let's start talking about some event stuff, man. Central Victorian Drag and Drive, huge event. It is currently happening right now. Like literally right now, they're probably racing or getting real close to the end of racing. So we have day 2 stuff that we're going to go over in the Deechwork segment next, because I want to talk about the standings and things like that. So big shout out to Dave and Nadine and all the competitors over there. This looks like a blast of an event, dude. We've got to go to Australia at some point, and they do big burnouts, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And they got cool cars.
Yeah, that is for sure. Well, let's talk about the circuit. 5 days, bro. Are you ready? Are you ready?
No, I'm not actually.
Well,
I was thinking this weekend of all the stuff. I mean, you talked about the rental car. That's still not fully booked yet. I still have to get that booked. I have to make sure all of my gear is charged.
yeah.
This will be the first year that I'm bringing my camera, which, by the way, will be 1 year of me owning my own camera, taking pictures,
Wow.
because the first event that I used it at last year was the circuit. So it'll be really cool to see the growth of my pictures from
Yeah.
the circuit 2024 to what they look like 2025. I've got a gimbal for the camera this year. I've got a drone this year. So the items that I'm bringing are going to be even more, and hopefully we can provide even cooler content than what we've done in the past.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. One thing, you're talking about that stuff like that allows us photos. We're working on 2 videos a day. We've got Ryan and Noel who are going to be recording the drag racing side of stuff, and then we'll get route stop stuff. So I want to do a video of just the drag racing, put that out at the end of drag racing, and then one at the end of the night that'll be kind of a recap of the route stops. So it's going to be really fun. It's going to be a ton of work, and I don't know when we're going to sleep, but it's going to be awesome. 200 plus cars, man. This is going to be one of the biggest car count events for Tulsa or Mocan for the year. Like,
Wow.
that's pretty neat when you kind of step back and think about that for like a drag and drive to be able to do that for drag strips. That's one of the biggest things. We got 20 plus road trippers. That thing just continues to be added every day. There's like 1 or 2 people that sign up for the road trip, which is pretty neat because, man, they're going to get right up front parking. I think it's going to be really cool for spectators that come in to see cool cars kind of piled up right at the gate, right? Or right there by the registration area. So that's going to be kind of fun. Uh, Route 66, dude, it's on point. There's no road work going on. It's going to be perfect. There's one road that is going to be really cool for photographers that's right down from the track. Like there's a lot of like this big hill drop and things like that. I think are going to be some really cool photo opportunities. And then, racer pre-party at a big Mexican restaurant there in Owasso. Then we've got the racer party at a bowling alley, which I know we love to go karts, but this year we got to do the bowling alley. Tons of arcade games. So they just doubled the count of arcade games. So if you don't think we're going to get a little bit competitive in arcade games and bowling, you're crazy. And we're doing all of it to raise money for the youth services of Tulsa, which again, we've had them on the show before. Super cool, 20 programs helping what they say 12 to 22-year-old kids kind of get their way in life, that maybe are not having the right situation at home, and they're kind of helping them get through that. But the really cool part is they're going to come out to the track. They're going to bring some kids to the track. They're going to bring some kids to the racer party, things like that. Like we're going to give them this experience around car people and show them that, hey, the car community may be a way to move into a better life for yourself. Like at some point as an adult, you got to figure out, hey, it's on me to get going. So I'm excited about that. Um, Pre-party attendees, this is important for the folks that are out there. If you want to unload your car and drive it to the pre-party, I would love that. Please, please, please be at the track before 4 p.m. You won't be able to get in to the track. So if you show up at 6, go straight to the pre-party. Okay. Don't come to the track trying to unload and get over there. There's not going to be anybody there to do that and let you in and all that kind of stuff. So if you are coming to the pre-party and you want to drive your car, get there before 4 p.m. So you can get unloaded and stuff. All right. 5 days, the road trip. Dude, look at this logo. This is the first time I've showed this publicly. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I haven't even
Yeah.
seen that.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about this. This is going to be pretty neat because it's the first year we've really stepped into something similar to, you know, Road Week or anything like that. I think this is obviously when we sell out. This is our next opportunity for people to come in. Oh man, I can't wait to hang out at Hot Rod Hangout Speed Shop.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good opportunity for people to get on that early list to get the discounted entry. Maybe they missed sign up this year and they want to still compete or not compete. Sorry. They still want to do the drive in their hot rod. They can do this road trip. Obviously we're not sold out on it yet, but those folks in the road trip get upfront parking, shirts, decals, all the kind of stuff that goes along with the same racer program, but then they get discounted early entry next year. So this is a great way for if you didn't make it to get in and still come have fun. And I'm telling you, we're gonna ruin people, dude. We're gonna ruin people. So I'm really excited about this road trip. And then I hope you saw this. This is super cool. This isn't Eric White artwork here, but your boy turned that tire smoke pink and blue. I mean, listen, it took me 3 hours to do it, but I did it.
Love it.
Yeah, big shout out to Jack and Lauren Crawford. Congratulations on a baby that's coming. We're excited for them. Another, race car friend that's going to be born into this drag racing life, and they're going to let us do a gender reveal at the circuit, dude. So we're going to do the driver meeting, the gender reveal big burnout, and then right into the first race with Dustin Cottle and Lance Walker. The driver meeting just keeps getting cooler, but man, my notes keep getting longer. I think we're probably at about 40 minutes worth of driver meeting right now. So everybody needs to get ready. This is really exciting. I don't know if anybody, I know people have gotten married at Drag and Drive events. I don't know if anybody's in a gender reveal yet. So big shout out to Jack and Lauren for letting us do this. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, it's going to be super cool. Pictures are going to be awesome of that as well.
Oh man. And like my plan is for him to like be right there, like where we are doing the driver meeting. We will end the driver meeting. It's going to be close to the starting line, right? He will do the burnout from that spot. So, like, literally 400 people will be surrounding this gender reveal burnout.
Yeah.
It's going to be so cool. I'm really excited. Route stops, real quick. We'll run through these. Hendrick, Heat and Air, and Plumbing. Clint Sadowski, this dude is about this much taller than I am. He owns Hendrick Heat and Air, Afton, Oklahoma. It's our first stop on the route. This is a super cool spot because maybe if he's there, he's going to give folks kind of a quick tour. I mean, obviously, HVAC and plumbing, nobody really cares about stuff. That stuff's got to happen, right? But his car is also on the property. So maybe we can get somebody, maybe he can give us a tour of that, which it may be the quickest all steel drag and drive car that's out there. Like this car is going to be, I don't know, man. It's got twin 98s on it. So
Yeah. In a steel hood, you said.
yeah, steel hood, steel factory hood, steel fenders, all steel car, steel floor, everything. So this car should be pretty wild. He's shooting for I would not say high sixes, but I wouldn't say mid sixes either. So like somewhere in that 70-ish, 80-ish range is kind of the goal for that on a small tire. And then Mocan, dude, Friday night, this is going to be cool. So sorry. These are our route stops for Friday. So we've got Hendrick Heat and Air in Afton, Love's Travel Stops in Joplin, which is going to be a good one. Gearhead Curios in Galena, Kansas. Then everybody's free to go, do whatever they want to. I'm so excited about Gearhead. This is one of the coolest stops on all of Route 66 that I've ever been to. And Aaron is a heck of a dude. And Galena is very welcoming to all the racers and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be really fun to be in there. And then Mocan, after Galena, we're headed to Mocan. Well, I'm headed to Mocan. Everybody do whatever they want to, but I'm headed to Mocan for the kickoff of the Fun Friday Drags. So people can make passes. I'm not going to say you can't make passes on Friday Fun Drags at Mocan, but this is going to be really cool for folks that aren't done hanging out yet. So think about this. We've got drag racing all day at Tulsa, got drag racing all night at Mocan. And this is if campers are going to be there, you might as well just set up and enjoy some racing before the camping, before you kick off the camping night.
Right.
It's going to be pretty cool. And again, if you're camping, it is free entry. If you're not camping, man, go ahead and support the track. Just give them the $10 to get in and let's have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And then on our way back, I did this wrong. We're missing one. Loves is not a route stop on our way back. Our way back is going to be the Hot Rod Hangout and Speed Shop in Hot Rod Hangout in Galena. We're going right back through Galena, and then the Blue Well of Catoosa, and then the Broken Arrow Lanes is our racer party / third route stop of the night. So it's going to be kind of cool. Oh yeah. Okay. So Jack is saying, hey, just so you know, there's going to be powder on the ground whenever we do this. Yeah, buddy. I think we'll be fine there. I think we'll be good. So after the racer party, then we go back to Tulsa Raceway Park for the legendary Midnight Drags. This is a big deal, like small tire cars, the fast cars, True Street, Daily Driver, 3 index classes, and the belt sander races that start at midnight. So this is twofold. One, we hope everybody comes out. Let's have some fun. I hope these real deal street cars kick these race cars' ass. This is a John Woolley runs the Midnight Drags, and he's got all the rules over on the Tulsa Midnight Drags pages. I'll be sharing those to the circuit as well. But belt sander races provided by Gearhead Curios, $5 to race. Let's raise some more money for the youth services of Tulsa. I'm hoping that these circuit racers come out and kick some butt on the guys at the Tulsa Midnight Drags. 490s, no. 530 to 550, I think. Floating index is the quickest we have, or for index classes. But there's going to be some small tire cars that are probably in that mix, probably able to run in that kind of range there or quicker. So may need to pick your, but I think J and them would probably be good for daily driver or true street. So, wherever they get in, they can fit in. So classes are inexpensive. This is the kickoff for the Tulsa Midnight Drag season. So pretty fun deal there. Hang on, I'm trying to think of anything else with the circuit before we move on.
Yeah,
I'll
I don't
put out
know. Like you
Yeah,
said,
I'll
I
put
don't
out
know
the
when we're going to
schedule.
sleep.
Well,
Yeah.
sorry, that is the second part of what I was saying earlier. So if you're camping, if you're planning to camp Saturday night at Tulsa, you may need to grab some earplugs, because the last midnights I was at, we raced until 8 a.m. So get get ready. It may go all night long. So if you need your sleep, you may go ahead and look at a hotel, or you may look at camping somewhere else. So that's the second part of earlier there. So belt sander drags, and you may need to sleep somewhere else.
Yeah, so Friday night fun drags, and then we've got midnight drags. I'm not seeing a bunch of time here for you and I to sleep
Yeah, or edit.
or edit. That's right.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
at least
sleep.
we'll be able to. We should have access to the tower through the night with
Yeah,
the midnight drag, so we can
yep.
always sneak up there.
Lee Miller says. Lee Miller here says, "How many passes will we get to make on Friday?" I have no idea. I mean, hopefully 100. I don't know. So you only have to make one, but I mean, there's 200 cars and 6 hours of racing. So, you know, hopefully we can figure that. A lot of folks will do one and then just hit the road. A lot of folks will do eight. Who knows? So the plan is to do Group A for 2 hours, or until it gets slow, and then Group B for 2 hours or until it gets slow, and then an open run starting with hard tire cars and then open to everyone else until it's either really slow and we need to get on the road, or it's 5 o'clock. So we'll get there. I don't know. We're working through all that right now. The 200 cars obviously is the biggest event I've ever hosted, but only having to have one pass, I think will speed up Friday as well. All right, let's move on. I'll let you talk for a few minutes, man. Tell us about some of the other events that are coming up.
Yep. So we got Sick on the Green. The registration opened up at 9 a.m. Eastern. So we'll be opening up, right? It's not yet
Uh, no, it's open. 9 a.m.
open.
Hour and a half, so it's probably sold out.
Okay. Yeah, so that opened up at 9 a.m. Eastern, 50-mile cruise weekend event with the NMCA style classes. So this is going to be new for them. So kind of excited to see how this plays out and what that looks like going forward.
Yeah, this is a neat one. I'm interested to see. Again, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, just like you just said. This is going to be cool to see big events stepping into kind of the regional weekend type stuff. The 50-mile cruise. I mean, obviously, this is a drag and drive because you're driving. This is going to be kind of fun, man. It's going to be really
Yeah.
fun.
Yep. 2-day drag and drive, little gangsters, class racing, and much more. Sick on the green. So
Hmm.
keep an eye out for that. And if you got into that, let us know. We'd like to see kind of who's going to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a bunch of folks post up here shortly. If they're watching, come on, tell us who's in there, what class you're racing, all that kind of stuff. Because this is in addition to the classes that are already racing there. They got a whole list of stuff I think it's like 12 or 14 classes that are there.
Right. Oh. And then looks like Sick at the Rock is the next weekend. So that's another one of those events. Weekend deal, NMCA style racing. So again, Sick jumping into that when the NMCA was shutting down. So this is their venture into those kind of events. So again,
Yeah.
we'll see how those go. That'll be exciting for them.
Yeah, I'm pumped about the Sick at the Rock too, because so we have the circuit, then we have the next weekend is Sick at the Rock and Road Trip Drag Challenge, which I didn't put any photos in here of those, the artwork for those events.
Yeah. So, yep. Then the Road Trip Drag Challenge number 1, and then Carolina Drag Cruise rounds out the month of April. So again, we're getting into the season where we're going to start seeing more events pop up, schedules getting full, which just means for you guys watching, that is more coverage that we will be bringing. So
Yeah. Yeah, bring it on. Dude, that gives us 41 drag and drive events scheduled for 2025 right now.
man, that is awesome.
Yeah, yeah, that's a bunch. All right, well, let's move into the Deechworks segment of the show where we're going to talk about some Central Victorian drag and drive stuff. Um, Deechworks is a leading manufacturer of high performance fuel system components. The DW product line includes fuel injectors, fuel pumps, pump modules, fuel rails, regulators, filters, lines, and fittings, plus surge tanks, engineered to support power levels ranging from 400 to 2200 horsepower. Since its founding, Deechworks has been committed to delivering quality, innovation, and precision to the automotive performance industry. Every DW product is built to maximize reliability and efficiency, ensuring optimal fueling solutions for racers, tuners, and performance enthusiasts worldwide. With a focus on engineering excellence and industry customer support, Deechworks continues to drive the future of high performance fueling. Yeah. And did I put that in here? Nope, I didn't. Hold on just a second. Let me get back to the Central Victorian Drag and Drive picture here. I told you it was a little all over the place.
Lee Miller here saying, "Have you heard if 1320 is going to try to be at the circuit?"
Listen, we gave it our shot. I emailed them. We were 40 or 50% of every time somebody asked where they should go. We were the circuit on there. I haven't heard anything. Haven't heard anything from Tulsa Raceway Park about media passes or anything like that either. So I don't know. We'll see. But there are a ton of other small YouTubers that are going to be there, and we'll help those guys grow. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm pumped. Central Victorian Drag and Drive. I'll run through the first bit here. 7 racers in the ladies DYO class, kind of cool. This
Did
is
you
of
see?
course after day 2. What?
Did you see how tight those first 3 are right there?
Dude, it's pretty wild. So Laura Rosevear, car number 33, 0.002 difference. This is again after 2 days. Ashley Pumphrey, 0.004, and tied for third, Narelle McKenzie, 0.004.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. So I'm excited to see again, like I said earlier, they're probably getting pretty close to being done right now.
Yeah. Then we go into the other DYO class, just your standard DYO. There's 14 racers there. We've got Corey Pocock, car number 8 with 0.003 margin. And then we got Jaden, looks like Lilk, car number 34 with a result margin of 0.004. So again, first place 0.003, second place 0.004. And then third place is also close. We've got Brett Chapman, car number 21, result margin of 0.02. And then he is battling with Gavin Howlett, car number 31, with a result margin of 0.025. And David Cook, car number 41, in that mix as well for third place with a result margin of 0.028. So for third place, you got 0.02, 0.025, and 0.028. So definitely a battle going on there for third.
Yeah, I can't wait to see these come up. We got the 60 to 649 class here. Dave Curtis, the promoter of the event, margin of 0.22, which means he has like whatever his, I think that's 60. So he would have a 6.22 average right now. And then Paul Jacobs, a little further off than that. He's got a
Yeah.
margin of 2.531, which is typical of cars that are this quick, right? And then Fred Lemon in the last spot in the class, he's way off the mark, 7.485 plus the 60. So
Yeah.
yeah, not gonna make it there, dude.
No. Then we move into the 650 to 699. We've got Rob Marinelli, car 17, with a margin of 0.025. And then you've got Peter Chapman, car 22, with a margin of 0.066. So still a little bit of a battle there.
Right.
And then we move into the 70 to 749. You've got Steven Ibsen, car number 4, with a margin of 0.048. Jamie, oh boy, Maslenkoff.
Yeah,
We're going to go with that.
that makes sense.
With a margin of 0.164, so a little bit farther off. And Peter Fleetwood, car number 19, with a margin of 0.337. So looks like Steven Ibsen there is kind of running with that one right now.
Yeah, but you talk about the difference in a tenth of a second over 3 passes. It's not really that much.
Yeah.
Like that's something that Jamie could overcome for sure, depending on where they're at as far as the their time, because they can't go any quicker than 7:0. 750 to 799 class. Craig Tonneson is 0.067 off. He's got a total sum right now of 15,068, so he's right on that 750 line. And then Ash Sumner with a margin of 0.154 in second place right now in car number 9.
Yeah. And then the 8-0 and over class, we've got Tasia Hull, car number 23, with a margin of 0.065. And then you've got Mick Roberts, car number 2, with a margin of 0.576. So that's kind of your standings, again, as of day 2 for the Central Victorian Drag and Drive.
Yeah, and again, that one should be over, and we'll have a full, all the stuff done on. We'll have all of the updates on it on Wednesday night's show. For the Drag Drive Repeat show. Well, let's talk about events that are up next for us. We've got to get rolling here because I see Josh is in the back. He's like, "Man, I got to get to work. Y'all leave me alone." So what's up next for you, man? What event are you going to be at next after the circuit?
Yep. So with everything that has happened in the last month or so, Dad and I had got out, got a chance to spend a little time together, and got to talking about Six Summer, which obviously I was there last year. I did Sunday, Monday, Friday at Byron, and again talking with Dad. He has never been to Tri-State, Cordova, or Great Lakes, so I said, you know what? I don't want to waste any more time. So we are going to do the entire week together. So this will be his first drag and drive per se. Obviously, he came and watched some of the stuff at Six Summer last year. But yeah, we're gonna do the entire week of Six Summer. We haven't ironed out the plans yet. I don't know if we're doing hotels or if we're gonna drive back. Each track's probably only 2 hours max from us, but we will be present for each day of Six Summer, him and I.
That's so cool, man. I'm excited for you to be able to do that. That's going to be a legendary trip, and like dude, it's only going to spark so much more fun. He's going to be like, "Hey, Mike can't ride in the Mustang with you for one guy's garage." He's like, "I'm going to be in the passenger seat of this thing."
Yeah, I think that'd be a little tough for him to crawl in and out of, but if he could, I guarantee you he would.
Yeah, that is for sure, man. That's awesome. Well, the wife and I are. Sorry, I'll talk about the Six Smokies. Wife and I are going to go to Six Smokies for a couple days. I'm excited about it. But if you guys were watching on episode 100, Adam Dory and Matt Frost peer pressure guilt tripped me into bringing the cart back out. So my next event is going to be Rocky Mountain Race Week Mega Week in the cart while Steven drives the old truck. This will be the first time these two have been on an event together. So
Wow.
I'm kind of excited about that. The truck obviously going to the circuit, so it'll be a good shakedown run, make sure everything works like it should. And Mega Week is going to be like redemption for the cart because it's been since Race Week 2021, dude, 2021 that the cart broke there, and I haven't touched it since then. And a few months ago, we got back on it, and it'll have a new transmission in after the circuit, and I'm going to drive it for a couple months, obviously. And I said it in episode 100, but we're going to give the cart to the new owner at Mega Week. So I don't know how that person's going to get there or what they're going to do. But if you haven't been following Narcoleptic Customs for very long, that was what this car was built for, was to give away. And then I broke it and then started this. Literally, that's what happened. Like September, I broke the cart. We really kicked off kind of the coverage of Drag and Drive. February of 2022, I started Drag Drive Repeat and listen, I spent so much time on it. I did not even look back. I'd never touched the cart again. And Steven's been on my ass hard about it. So we have the transmission. I just need to get it put back in. So anyways, I'm excited. This is going to be really cool. This car has been through sets and sets and sets of tires in burnouts. And so it should be even better now. And I can't wait to get back out. So anyways, that's next up for me.
That's going to be fun.
Oh, it's going to be wild. Well, let's talk about Car Chains 3D here real quick. Actually, you know what? Hang on. We're going to wait on Car Chains. I want to go ahead and get Josh on because I want to talk to him before because he's been waiting on us. So I want to talk to him so he can get to work, and then we'll come back to Car Change. Okay. So if you'll hit the Howard's Cams community segment intro, we'll get this guy on here and talk about this new build.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Harris from the Monoxide Podcast. Real quick, Howard's Cams was founded as a racing cam manufacturer almost 80 years ago when Howard Johansson created Howard's Power and Racing Equipment in 1945. Howard's Cams has always used on-track experience to design the most powerful designs, and today they have an even greater group of experienced racers in circle track, drag racing, road race, mud bog, and marine. They use all this input plus the most advanced computer software to design the most competitive race-winning products. From pioneers in drag racing and oval track to cutting-edge marine development, Howard's Cams is at the forefront of the industry. So make sure to reach out to our friend, Luke B, for your next valve train upgrade.
And hey, big shout out to Harris at Monoxide, who's coming down. The circuit is going to be his and Dan's first drag and drive. I'm pumped for those guys, man. It's going to be cool. They're bringing their podcast equipment and everything. So everybody be ready to tell some stories. All right. So if you guys if you've been under a rock, Josh is building this car right here. Drug it out of a field, cut a tree out from inside the engine bay, and is going to build this car today. So Mr. Josh, tell us what's going on and what the heck is up, man? How'd you get this in your mind?
Well, can you guys hear me all right before we get rolling?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. So I really didn't plan on this for the circuit. It just happened to work out. I planned this day build about 2 months ago, really. And it was kind of spring was coming, weather's getting nice, hot rod guys are getting itchy. And I'm like, well, I got all these parts in this car. Let's throw it together in a day and go do burnouts and have fun. And then you reached out to me a couple weeks ago and you're like, hey, do you want to race the circuit? I'm like, oh shit, this is perfect timing. So that's kind of how this transpired. If we could build it today and then race it next week. So it's kind of where we're at.
This car has no wiring in it, right?
It has nothing, no wiring, no brakes. It's never had an LS in it. So you got to do motor mounts, tranny mounts. I mean, it's everything.
Oh my gosh. You make me anxious, bro.
Yeah. So I've got, I'm trying to think. I think right now we have about 15 dudes that are here working on it. I'm outside the shop right now. Just there's a lot going on. I'll give you a quick sneak peek, but
I was saying
there's kind of a lot going on right now.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome.
So the tranny's on the bench over there. The tranny we were planning on using is fully cooked. All the clutches are gone. So now we're looking to get tranny parts. The motor's going together right now. The 8.8 just got bolted in. So we did a rear end swap. We've got a brake line kit so we can run all new brake lines.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, there's a lot going on. I got started on the turbo kit a little while ago. We'll get it kind of buttoned up, but
I can't believe you're going to try and put a turbo kit together.
That's easy. That's not a problem.
Golly, that's crazy.
And then what else is cool is everyone drove their hot rod. So if you kind of look behind me, we've got the 47 Dodge, the International, Turbo LS Mazda with a flatbed, supercharged SS, Gen 3 Hemi, Turbo Challenger, 58 T-Bird, Turbo LS Fox, and the Turbo LS Pontiac, and then the 51 Chevy pickup. So turned into a little mini car show today as well.
Yeah, heck yeah. So can people find you on Facebook and follow updates? Where are you going to be updating stuff?
So I'll probably do it on my personal Facebook page. If you want to reach out to me, I'll add friends, all that good stuff. I didn't think it would transpire into such a kind of a big deal, but we were just hoping to have fun with it. But I'm hoping to keep everybody updated and see how things go. Ideally, we'll have it strapped to the dyno tonight. I've got a dyno here, so The goal 600-700 horsepower, which will be plenty of fun.
Yeah, that'll be plenty of fun. That'll be awesome, dude. I can't wait. This is the kind of stuff that makes drag and drive fun, makes hot rodding fun, to be honest,
Yeah.
And getting everybody together, building a car in this tight time frame can probably add some extra stress on folks. I'm excited to hear the end story on that. So we'll you're an animal, I'll tell you that much. Tell us about this AstroTurf Dash though, dude.
So the car was free. A buddy gave it to me. He's like, "Hey, this is sitting. You can have it." And it was in it. So another local, I don't remember local, but another drag and drive guy next day shipped me some adjustable lower control arms for this, but he said only if I leave the AstroTurf Dash. So I've got some free control arms, and I'm gonna rock the sweet Dash. So
you're gonna have to, man. There's gonna be so many people that just walk by that thing and look at the Dash and go,
yeah,
what the heck? So it's gonna be your conversation opener of we had a roller last week and now we have a race car.
Yeah, no, this is just a bunch of extra parts, just for fun. Rod Geist, who just walked by me, he's the one building the S10 that hopefully we'll have done for Mega Week, and that's full on show car. This is just fun, extra parts and stuff, and it's a good time.
I say it all the time about the cart. Everybody should have a car they don't care about at some point in their life.
Yeah, and I would imagine a lot of this will transpire, and this will eventually probably turn into a class of some sort after the whole Cletus thing.
We're already talking about it for the Circuit 26.
Yeah, my initial goal was less than $2,000 cash out of pocket with the parts I already had laying around, which I run a small performance shop. I already had a plethora of random crap. Yeah. So
that's going to be so cool, man. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, we're going to let you guys get back to it, man. Thanks, Josh, for your time this morning. Again, everybody go follow Josh on Facebook right now so you can keep up with this crazy-ass build. So, dude, good luck, man.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, we'll see you.
How cool is that, man?
Yeah, it definitely reminds me of the time that I came down and did the Volvo LS swap when we did something similar. And I tell you what, that was still one of the most fun times I ever had. So I'm sure those guys are having an absolute blast doing this.
Well, and you think about it, like you take 10 or 15 people, you put them in a room, you're like, hey, this 40 items on this list need to get done today or by tomorrow evening so we can tune this thing. And everybody just gets to work, man.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that's great about tight deadlines like this is like you have to get stuff done. People aren't going to be just sitting there kind of drinking beer and hanging out. It's like, hey, get off the bucket, let's go.
But it's still a stress-free environment because you're just having a good time doing it. There's not not a lot of I'm sure there's chaos, but it's a controlled chaos.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, this is super cool. Good luck to those guys, man. I can't wait to see what they got going on over there. All right, well, let's go back to the Car Change 3D segment here, and that'll probably kind of round out our show because I talked too much earlier. All right, let me get back up here. All right, Car Change 3D should be your first choice for custom 3D printed parts for your project car. Corey can take your idea to reality. Maybe you're looking for that special car guy gift they can't get anywhere else. Corey can produce a one-off keychain for that special person's special car or hat, also hats. Find out more at Car Change 3D or on social by searching Car Change 3D on Facebook and Instagram. We've got to change the update because he does a lot more than that stuff. Dashes, all the cool stuff for all the Holly stuff. And now he has a storefront, dude. This is so cool for Corey. I'm so excited for him. When we really kind of started conversations with Corey, it was this was just a hobby, a side hobby, and he keeps building this company, keeps reinvesting in it. It's really cool to watch. And 2024, he did his first show to where he went to a show and set up a vendor booth. And now dude's got a whole storefront and everything, man. It's just really cool to see the growth that can come around from that. And then has this new CNC machine. Dude, this is too cool to me for him to be able to do all of this and just keep providing, crazy quality parts, all the stuff, and just how his brain works on how all of that stuff gets built. It's really neat.
Yeah, super cool. Definitely congratulations to him. He busted his butt to get where he is, and we're proud to have him on board with us.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a huge win. Well, let's talk about some stuff from around the community. If you're anywhere near Dallas the weekend of April 11th or 12th, you got to go to Yellow Belly. Like, you got to come to Midwest Drag Race Series to see Pro Mods. Then after that, you go right over to Yellow Belly, and you're going to see our boy Rich Guido over there. He's coming down. It's going to be fun. And Yellow Belly is a whole other experience. Like, people don't understand how crazy that place is. Small Tire Gangsters going to be racing over there. So going to be a wild weekend. Our boy Jimmy Dale runs that, obviously. Yellow Belly is it's one of the craziest places ever. Go ahead and spend the extra money and get the starting line pass. It's $10 extra, dude. Over the top. I see Richard Brewer in here, Dirty Panda, saying, yes, believe me, brother, get ready. We're going to go to Yellow Belly the night of after the Midwest Drag Race Series is done and the Pro Mods have ran. We're going to sneak over here and watch these guys race all weekend. So it's going to be really, really, really cool. Actually, Richard, I'll send you a message after this. We need to get you a media pass for Small Tire Gangsters. Somehow we need to get that drone work going on over there as well. So this is going to be a good one. A lot of drag and drive racers within this, but also our boy Rich Guido coming all the way down from Canada to come down and compete in this thing. He said this is one of his favorite events that he's ever done ever. So it's going to be really cool to see that. And I can't wait to see him back out. Like, this is literally, this doesn't do it justice at all. It's way sketchier. Like, look at this person standing on the fence.
Right.
Like, what the heck is going on here? Anyways, okay. Yellow Belly, April 11th and 12th. Jimmy Dale, come out and support another drag and drive racer promoter, and I guess drag and drive racer. He's not a drag and drive promoter yet, but he's definitely a drag racing promoter. It's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
Perfect. Richard said he's already been talking with Poland. Awesome. Cool. You want to talk about this next dude right here?
Yeah, another guy that drives 2 events is Casey Matthews. He posted, "This thing is fighting me like crazy. The good old John Deere Blitz Black had a chemical reaction with the primer, and so now I'm having to remove the parts I spot primed and use John Deere primer on it. Set me back a couple days for sure." So he is prepping for the circuit and plans to drive to the event. He said the car is mechanically good, just needs help with the paint.
Yeah. Car looks super cool when it's all black.
Yeah, it does.
Really good. And for him to drive that thing, him and Kyle Hood drove from the St. Louis area to the circuit last year. This is going to be neat, man. I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite cars. I met this guy on Drag Week 22, maybe, when it was in St. Louis and stuff. Instantly drawn to the car because of the, no hood, obviously twin turbos up front, drives it all the time. Yeah, man, I love this thing. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great to see him.
Yep.
And then the Gearhead Perspective boys, man, they're over there working on stuff. Big shout out to those guys. John Doherty put EFI on the Nova. They said the car runs way better. He doesn't smell like gas at the end of a drive. And he's like, it's going to make this car livable. And so I know that means he's going to be driving it a lot more. So big shout out to them. And they're putting nitrous on the fair lane because Bo's wagon isn't done. And so they're putting nitrous on the fair lane, which was just a cruiser last year. Now Bo is going to race the fair lane in the circuit. So it's going to be cool. It's not going to be fast, but they're going to put like a 50 shot on it. And they were looking for some gears. I don't know if they found gears for it or not, but they were looking for gears last week. So should be super cool. I'm excited for those guys.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they're bringing all of their podcasting equipment as well. So we'll be able to maybe hit up their podcast. Again, Gearhead Perspective. They talk about all things, car related, and throw in some drag and drive stuff over there as well.
Yeah. Add those 2 additional podcasters that are coming to the circuit onto our list of things to do in between. Well, yeah, there's not going to be any sleep. So.
There's no time. There's no time. The cool thing about Tulsa is we can probably set up a podcast set of chairs and stuff like that. So guys could bring in their equipment, set up the podcast, do some interviews, and then, rotate it out and get another podcast in there and go live. Because the internet is, man, we could do some live podcasting from Tulsa Raceway Park. This could be kind of cool, man.
Yeah. If anybody's got a sponsorship or a connection with any energy drink manufacturer, we're gonna need some stuff for the circuit. Because
hey, somebody tag Cletus and get some of that kinetic up here.
Yeah, right. I've actually got a couple cans here, but I ain't got enough to make us through the whole weekend.
No, it's good. It's going to be tough, dude. That is for sure. It's an understatement. So, well, let's get in, man. We're going to be over this morning, so I hope everybody has enjoyed this so far. But
that's what happens. That's what happens when we're gone for a couple weeks. We don't know how to act when we come back.
Yeah, well, I told you my anxiety is over the top. Moving into the circuit here, it's going to be crazy. All right. Well, the gentleman's agreement is simply this, guys. We love doing this. Obviously, we spend a ton of time doing this. It's hard, labor intensive, tons of time and money that goes into this. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to swap you for a subscribe or a follow, right? So wherever you're watching this, hit the subscribe or follow button. And if you'll do that, we'll keep doing this. That's kind of the gentleman's agreement. We can't verify that you do it, but we would certainly be appreciative of that. And again, we can't do this without our race car friends. So all the folks that are already following and subscribed to us, y'all, we love you. But I can't say it enough. You guys are awesome. It's pretty cool to be, I don't know, followed by so many people that find drag and drive interesting. I think that's one of the coolest things about all of this. And then we can't do this without our sponsors. Again, like I said earlier, just rental car stuff, being able to cover all that. So Summit Racing, Deech Works, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, J-Wire Solutions, WAF Racing, Performer Built Transmissions, Car Chains 3D, Power Tube TV, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk Classifieds. They make this world go round over here on this side, and we appreciate them for sure. Well, Power Tube, dude, did you see the email they sent out the other day? Man, there's a lot of stuff coming to Power Tube. They got the Power Tube, they got the Power Fest in June. They've got a ton of new stuff coming to the app, to the free way to watch all that stuff. And Ray is nose down grinding, building this out. Brian Basone, obviously owner and creator of PowerTube TV, is like, the level of work those two dudes put in is crazy. Because like right now they're at this like growth stage to where it's getting big, but man, they just haven't turned it down at all. They keep turning the knob up, and it's amazing to see what's going on. So if you haven't loaded PowerTube TV onto your smart TV or your phone or anything like that, get on that. Do it right now. They got classic shows like Pinks and Pastime, which are both coming back for 2025. So the guys that are in their 40s, rejoice, because I know who the new announcer is, and you're gonna love it. It's gonna be freaking awesome. So I'm excited to see Pastime hit the streets again, or hit the screen again, because you can only imagine how much things have changed now. Like, how hard is it going to be to know a car's going to run 870 now?
Right.
Like I don't know what the fastest car on Pastime was before, but now you can pull up with the dude with the AC on and run an 870.
Yeah, for sure.
Gonna be crazy. All right. Do you want to do the Molly read, and then we'll move into the last bit of segment here?
Yep. Before we do that, though, I don't know if you saw Michael Baker here. The Mustang broke. Yukon Cornelius broke. Now I've got the bike to bring. What's with the wacky weather? See any issues there?
Okay, let's unpack this a little bit. So Mustang broke, that sucks. Yukon Cornelius broke, that sucks. Bring the bike, dude. The motorcycle class grows. We added a motorcycle guy from the wait list yesterday. Wacky weather. Listen, as a drag and drive promoter, I get this question all the time. What happens if it rains? Y'all, we're gonna get wet. Like that. Sorry. The way the weather works in Northwest Arkansas, Oklahoma, Southeast Missouri, is if it says 70% chance of rain, that means it could rain for 4 minutes, or it could rain for 4 days. So typically, I never look at the weather, just simply because it stresses me the F out. Okay. It was going to be 90 degrees last week, right? Showed 90, sunny. I'm like, man, I'm going to get sunburnt like to no end, right? Okay. The next day, it shows 65 and 70% chance of rain on Friday. Oh, shit. That's not good. 4 hours later, it's 40% chance of rain and 75 degrees. So we're having the event. Okay. Get it on your mind. We may just have to put street tires on and race in the rain. So get ready. If you're not ready to get wet, don't come. Sorry. That's the way it is. We're hosting the circuit, and we're gonna have a blast, and we'll still get at least 2 days worth of racing somehow, even if we've got to race in the Tulsa midnight drags to make the event work. So,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah.
He said, sounds good. Awesome on another bike class participant.
Yeah, I'm kind of pumped. If any other class had 2 or 3 or 4 racers in it, I would probably cancel it. The motorcycles will probably always be here though, because Pat Cook's love for motorcycles and his ability to bring all of that into the drag and drive community is it's going to stay as long as Pat Cook is racing in the circuit. We're going to have a motorcycle class.
There we go. All right. Well, moving on to Molly here. Attention high performance enthusiasts and racers, meet the Molly Motorsports Power Pack Kit, your ultimate solution for Power Pack performance. The Power Pack pistons are made from either 4032 aluminum alloy to allow for tighter cylinder-to-wall clearances and improved temperature stability, or 2618 alloy to allow for increased detonation resistance. What sets Molly apart? It's their forged pistons, graphol coating, and phosphate treatment for peak performance and durability. Elevate your ride with Molly Motorsports, where performance meets precision. Visit mollymotorsports.com for more details. And for our podcast listeners, Molly is spelled Mahle. And I want to give a shout out to Molly for sending us the kind of care package. I got a new hat, a new shirt, a bunch of stickers. So definitely keeping us looking good while we're on these podcasts.
Well, that, and then also, they're sending somebody from North Carolina out here to work the circuit. So we appreciate them being there, and that support goes a long way. I promise you. These guys aren't just, they're not just a sponsor. They're drag and drive racers. Like George's Duster there makes 700 horsepower. He races on Drag Week. Eric Grillio's Nova on the other side's a 10-second stick shift car. Like it gets down. They are great dudes, and big supporters of the drag and drive community. So we really appreciate them and all they've done and all they do for the sport.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, I have in my office here, I have a sponsor hat of each of our sponsors that sent us a hat that only gets worn during podcasts. So now that Molly sent me another hat, that means I can take the original hat and I can actually wear that one to events now, because I keep a nice clean hat for the show.
Yeah. Should we be swapping hats like during the segments, like the NASCAR guys?
Yeah, I've definitely thought about that. I've had them sitting out here before, and go to a different segment and switch hats. It's definitely cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, Michael Baker says just bought some Molly pistons from Eric fixing the Yukon. Man, that's so cool. And again, that's one thing that's great is those guys know what they're doing, and they're here for the drag and drive community. Yeah. Eric's a diva. That's awesome. All right, sir, lead us into this last part, man.
All right. So the last part of the show is the Racing Junk segment. Are you looking to buy or sell your dream car or parts? Racing Junk Classifieds has you covered as the official buy-sell partner of Drag Drive Repeat. Racing Junk is your go-to destination for everything from race cars to trailers, engines, and more. With thousands of listings updated daily, you are sure to find exactly what you need to fuel your passion. If you've got something to sell, you can reach the right audience fast and hassle-free. Join racingjunk.com community today and experience the ultimate marketplace for gearheads like you. So again, racingjunk.com. So I got 2 cars here today, and one of them is going to be quick just because it is near the circuit. So it's the only reason I pulled that one up, in case anybody, is looking to do a one-day build like we just talked about. We have this here, 1965 Nova 10.5 This is in Bradford, Arkansas. So I'm not sure how close that is, but I know it's pretty close to where you guys are for the circuit.
Yeah, let me see here.
So this, for one, a Nova 2 is one of the best looking cars out there. So, and this one looks pretty clean. Interior looks nice and everything. It's a 65 two-door hardtop Nova, solid car, no rust. Has a cage. It's got new fuel line, fuel cell, new battery, hold down box, cow hardwoods, 4-inch hood, new hardwoods deck lid, never been mounted. Got more parts, full interior, even a headliner. It's back halved. I don't like this part though.
Ooh, no title. That ain't gonna work.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how we got this one in the drag and drive section. I definitely missed that. But this is a cool car for anybody that is in the area for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great looking car too.
Yeah.
Bradford, Arkansas is in central Arkansas.
Okay. And then the other one here, this one is a 2001 WS6 Drag and Drive street car, 39.5. This one is in Flint, Texas. And this thing looks pretty sharp.
Yeah, I'm a fan already.
Yeah. Parachute mount, super nice wheels, cage with a swing out bar, billet specialties wheels. I can't tell if that's a motion shifter in there or not. Let me see if I can back this out a little bit. It's kind of hard to see. There we go.
Man, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a nice car.
BTR intake. You can see turbos there, twin turbos. As I scroll through here for the podcast listeners, you can check this out on Racing Junk Classifieds under the Drag and Drive category. Again, 2001 Trans Am WS6, clean title. Thank you. Chromoly 10-point cage with dual swing outs, billet specialty wheels, beadlock rear tires, less than a year old. Street ETs in good shape, parachute and rear chromoly bumper support, emergency brake location parachute release, brand new AFCO big guns by Show Me Speed in the front, all new tubular front A-arm suspension, Viking double adjustable coilovers in the rear, tubular adjustable rear suspension, Midwest chassis anti-roll bar, 9-inch rear back braced, 35 spline axles, 390 gears, full spool, bolt through center section, freshly rebuilt 3-passage, fully forged LS 402 stroker. So, man, definitely good stuff here. Turbo 400 trans Neil Chance bolt together converter with only 3 passes on it. Electric trans cooler, new motion trans cooler, motion steering wheel, a Holley Terminator X with a 7-inch screen, FID 2200 injectors, BTR intake, Aeromotive 5.0 pump, new custom turbo kit, and VS dual ball bearing GT 42 73 82 turbos.
Damn, that thing gets down.
Yeah, some definitely nice parts. This would be a very nice drag and drive car here.
Yeah, I feel like, and for 39.5, that's, you probably can't build that car for that.
I wouldn't think so. Listening to the listing of parts there, this thing is pretty nice.
Yeah, that's for sure. Wow. Yeah.
So those are the Found on Racing Junks for this week's episode.
Yeah, it's awesome. Big shout out to Bobby and the team at Racing Junk Classifieds. Man, they are big supporters of all things drag racing, all things racing, really. I mean, like, they're, we appreciate them putting a drag and drive segment in there, but man, there's street cars, street rods, hot rods, dirt track cars, trucks, trailers, toter homes, RVs, all that kind of stuff on there as well. So
yeah,
super cool.
Ken here having an update. He bought a Scooter wagon for important airbed space for camping at tracks.
Yes.
Very cool.
That's exactly right. All right, guys. Well, man, we appreciate it, dude. This has been a crazy show. Again, I know we just thanked our race car friends, but love you guys. Thank you so much for being here, and appreciate all the support. And then thank you to our sponsors: Summit Racing, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Deechworks, Howard's Cams, J-Wire Solutions, which we'll see in a couple of days, WAF Racing, which we'll see in a couple of days, Performer Built Transmissions, which we're going to see on Drag Week, Car Chains 3D, Power Tube TV, Sweet Patina, and and Racing Junk Classifieds. Y'all, we can't do it without them. And we hope if you're spending money, you'll spend it with them. So we'll see you guys soon. Wednesday night, I guess, for episode 101.
Our next episode will be the night before the circuit.
Yeah. So it may only be like an hour, and it may be a lot of me rambling and getting my anxiety out. So be prepared. But let's hang out and have one more night before just this wildness is going to kick off. If we get 5 hours of sleep all weekend, I'm going to be surprised. All right, guys. We'll see you soon.
Yep. See you guys.